Bonjour, ça va? Ça va bien? Ça va comme ci comme ça? J'espère que oui. I hope you're doing well today. Moi, ça va bien. Today we're going to do the last part of chapter 1, which means we are going to cover numbers and the verb être, to be, an essential verb in French. So let's get started. Actually, let's start with a little review. You remember the alphabet from our last PowerPoint? I'm going to spell out some words and you're going to write them down. Okay, ready? Number 1, B, O, N, J, O, U, R. Did you write it? What did you write? Was that it? Yes. Bonjour. Okay, let's try another one. E, N, C, H, A, N, T, E, accent aigu. You remember what accent aigu? That's what it looks like. Accent aigu. Enchanté. Nice to meet you. Okay, another one. T, R, E, accent grave, S. What did you write? Très. Accent grave goes down, right? Accent aigu goes up. Remember how to pronounce the accent aigu? It says A, like the English word way. And this one, how do you pronounce this? Accent grave? Eh. Eh, like the English word red. Eh. Okay, another one. B, I, E, N. Bien. Ça va bien. Je vais bien. I'm doing well. So you remember that the I is pronounced E and the E is pronounced E. Okay, let's do one more. G, E, O, R, G, E. It's a name. Georges. Georges. G. You remember the G is pronounced G. And the J is pronounced J. Remember the little dot on the I? Think of it as a spider. You go E. Okay, let's start with numbers. I have a very cute rap video on the website for you to check out, counting to 20, but let's just start. 0, 1, 2, you're repeating after me, right? 3, that is a wet R, right? So I really want to hear that. 3, 4, it's sort of like you're saying cat, like a kitty cat, but you have a little bit of an R at the end. 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, we are pronouncing that T at the end. 7. 8. We're also pronouncing this T. 8. 9. 10. Okay, let's go through 1 to 10 again. One more time. Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's continue. 11, 11. 11. That O-N is nasal, so you want to feel that in your nose. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. This is a little tricky to pronounce. Think of a bunch of soup cans. C-A-N-S, the word in English, cans, but give it a nasal accent. Cans. Says. Like, says who? Says me. Okay, let's go. 11 through 16 are sort of the outliers. Let's go through those again. 11 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Très bien. Then it gets a little easier. 17, 17, 18, 19. And then 20 is 20. You do not pronounce the G or the T. 20. 21 is 21. 21. Now you do pronounce that T because it comes before a vowel, but you don't pronounce this T. This A means and. 20 and 1. But you're going to take out that A for all the other 20s. So the A appears generally for all the ones, 21, 31, 41, 51, etc. And then it disappears. So let's go over the 20s again. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 30. Okay? I have some flashcards on our website to help you practice numbers, so check those out. Practice, practice, practice. We are going to talk about verbs, but before we talk about verbs, we have to talk about pronouns. Pronouns are usually divided into three groups: first person, second person, third person. So first person, what does that mean? It means you're talking about yourself, either singular, je, meaning I. So je, note that the je in French is lowercase. Unless you're starting a sentence, the je is lowercase. And what is the plural of I? It's we, nous. Nous. We do not pronounce that S unless it's followed by a vowel. Second person is talking to somebody directly. We have two different ways of saying you in French, and you already know a little bit. The tu is informal. It's always singular. The vous is formal. If it's singular, it's being formal. You're talking to someone you don't know well, somebody you just met. You're a professor or something. Or it's plural. You're talking to a group or more than one person, then you would always say vous to them. If you're talking about someone or something, then you're going to use il, elle, or on. So il and elle. Il is masculine, meaning it can mean he or it can mean it. So all nouns in French are divided into masculine nouns and feminine nouns. So he, if I say il, I could be talking about a person, or I could be talking about a book, un livre. Il est intéressant. Elle means she, but this could also mean it if I'm talking about a feminine noun. Elle, la pizza. Elle est délicieuse. It is delicious. And then we have the pronoun on, O-N. And it's sort of similar to the pronoun one that we have in English. If I say one must wash one's hands before dinner, it sounds a little bit formal, a little bit stuffy. But in French, the pronoun on is used all the time in conversation, and it's an informal way of saying we. So on, very popular pronoun in conversation, but always refers to people, not to things. And then we have il, plural, meaning they. Il meaning they as either a masculine, a group of masculine objects or people, or mixed, masculine and feminine. And elle refers to they, it has to be a feminine group. So, which pronoun would we use if we were talking about Justin Bieber? So if we said Justin Bieber, he is cool. We say he, we would say il. Yes, il, singular. If we're talking about Beyonce, we would say she, elle. How about if we were talking about Justin and Beyonce? We're talking about them. We're saying they. We would say il, I-L-S, right? A mixed group we use the masculine pronoun. How about if we have Beyonce and Taylor Swift? Are we talking about them? We're talking about they. Then we would use elle with an S, E-L-L-E-S, because it's all feminine. Beyonce, Taylor, and Justin. Now we've added Justin back in there. So it would go back to il, they, masculine, I-L-S. Beyonce, Taylor, Justin, and me. Let's say I went out to dinner with all of them, and I wanted to say we had a great time. I would say nous. Beyonce, Taylor, Justin, and you. Let's say you went out to dinner with them, and I'm talking to you guys. I would say vous, because it's plural group. How about pizza? We said all nouns have a gender. Pizza happens to be feminine. If I say the pizza, it is delicious, I would say elle. Elle. Refer to the pizza as elle. Livre is book, happens to be masculine. And these, unfortunately, you just have to memorize. There are a few clues, but unfortunately, you just have to memorize which nouns are feminine and which are masculine. Le livre, if I said it, I would have to say il, I-L. Okay, here's our first verb, être. Repeat after me. Je suis. Tu es. Il est. Elle est. On est. Nous sommes. Vous êtes. Notice normally we do not pronounce the S in the vous unless it's followed by a vowel. We'll talk about that in a moment. Vous êtes. Ils sont. Elles sont. Now we can put together some sentences. If I said en général, in general, tu es optimiste ou pessimiste? How would you say I am optimistic? Yes, je suis. Je suis optimiste. Ou je suis pessimiste. Et le professeur? If you're talking about me, how do you say she is? Elle est optimiste. Et tes amis, if I were asking about your friends, how do you say they are optimistic? Ils sont optimistes. Or if you're just talking about a group of women, you would say elles sont optimistes. How about your parents? They are, again, ils sont optimistes. Okay? This is a quick exercise. Pause the PowerPoint. See if you can fill in the blanks here without looking. So study the verb a little bit. There are flashcards on our website. And then come back and see if you can do this without looking. You have to memorize this verb. Okay? Okay, now you're back. Here are the answers. You got it right? Don't forget that little accent circonflexe on the vous. Vous êtes. It's not optional. You have to have that. Here's a little song. It's from the 60s. It's a little dated. But guess what? The chorus, you already understand most of it, right? So I put this on the website just for fun. Bonjour, salut. Le ciel est bleu. The sky is blue. Je suis heureux means I am happy. Bonjour, salut. Check that out. Okay, liaison. We've been doing this, but now let's talk about it a little bit more. Liaison. So these are the letters S, X, Z, T, D, N, M. So normally we say the final consonant is not pronounced unless it is a consonant in the word careful, the C-R-F-L. However, when a final consonant, one of these consonants, is followed by a vowel, then you do pronounce it. Sometimes you have to pronounce it, sometimes it's optional. But so here I say 3 books. 3 livres. We do not link these 2 words. But if I say 3 friends, friends begins with a vowel. Repeat. trois amis. Trois amis. Okay? Un livre, a book, un livre. These are not connected. But a friend, we would say un ami. Now you pronounce that N, un ami. We talked about this already. Vous êtes. Vous êtes énergique. Are you energetic? Vous êtes. This is another way to say goodbye is to see you later. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. You're pronouncing that T now because it's followed by a vowel. We've heard this expression before. Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? You pronounce that T because it's followed by the A. And the students, les étudiants. Les étudiants. That's called a liaison. But there's no liaison with the T in the word et. Et, remember, is the word and. So I would say, John et Anne sont présents. Never have a liaison, never connect the T of A, of the word A. Okay, more numbers. Are we ready for more numbers? When we left off, we were at 30. These are going to be easier. 30, 30. 40, 40. 50, 50. 60, 60. So the ones are unique, as I said, because they have the A in it. 31. Repeat after me. 31. 41. 51. 61. We already said you don't link the T with the vowel in this case because the A does not have a liaison. So the ones have the A, and then everything else is just a dash, a trait d'union. 32, 33, 34, etc. 42, 43, 44, 52, 53, 54, 62, 63, 64, etc. So these are a little bit easier. You just have to learn the 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, so again, go over the flashcards on our online course. Practice your numbers. Practice learning your numbers. That's important. Here's a picture I took last time I was in France. Auto-école. It's a driving school, car school. How would you say these numbers? This one we would say 0, 1. What's this number? 43. This one. 26. 42. 42. Très bien. Okay. So here's 2 homework assignments in this PowerPoint. You're going to add it to your homework from the book. So I'm going to ask you 3. Well, they're not necessarily questions. What is a logical response to my questions or statements, okay? Numéro 1. Comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? What would be a logical answer to that? Numéro 2. Comment ça va? Comment ça va? There's more than one right answer. Numéro 3. If someone said this to you, what would be your logical response? Je m'appelle Suzanne. Je m'appelle Suzanne. Okay, very good. And another brief homework assignment. You've studied the numbers a little bit. Pause the PowerPoint, study those numbers. You're going to write down the numbers that you hear, okay? 1 through 10. Number 1. 21. 21. Number 2. 12. 12. Number 3. 18. 18. Number 4. 35. 35. Number 5. 11. 11. Number 6. 6. 6. Number 7. 15. 15. Number 8. 44. 44. Number 9. 10. 10. Number 10. 53. 53. Very good. Did you get those? Okay, great. For your homework, you are finishing up your discussion entries, your assignments. Don't forget to add the 2 PowerPoint assignments to the end of your textbook exercises. And we have 2 new sets of flashcards, numbers from 1 to 60 and le verbe être. And then you should be ready for your Chapter 1 quiz. Bonne chance, félicitations! We're finishing up Chapter 1. À plus! À bientôt!